The video games industry is one of the most innovative and fastest growing industries in the world. The men and women of this industry work tirelessly to provide entertainment for the masses, and some of these provide the music. Music that we love. Music that we listen to when we're enjoying ourselves playing those video games. Video games. Music that we love. Music that we listen to when we're enjoying ourselves listening to video games. Video games. Do we even know who these people are? No. Would video games be the same without them? No. What you're about to hear.
Good evening and welcome everybody to yet another episode of the strangely wonderful Average Giants.
There we are with Average Giants, your number one source for indie gaming.
Wow. I'm your host, Average Gamer, also known as Nick, and this is a guy that I met on the street, but you can call him Giant.
My name is Robert Blah Blah, but you can call me Bob Blah Blah. But yes, you can call me Giant.
Did we have a Rob Loblaw in school?
No, I think it was a...
Oh, that was me in junior high. I knew a Rob Loblaw. I knew an actual Rob Loblaw.
And
anyway.
everybody called him Skidmark Steve.
What are we playing tonight, Giant? That everybody can see on the screen.
I think we're playing
Well, you know what? We have Jim, the developer, in chat. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about your game, Jim.
Yeah, that's correct. The game is called Dungeonmans.
Alright.
I'm really excited to play Dungeonmans.
Yep, it's a roguelike. So if you have any rouge
I love
that needs
Rouge
licking,
Licks.
take care of that.
Yeah. Actually, I was playing Goat Simulator the other day, and I learned the art of rouge licking.
Oh, did you?
Oh, indeed. I'm not sure if anybody's played the new expansion, but you can definitely rouge lick.
No, I've been meaning to play that.
Wow.
But that's
Yeah.
not what we're
No, not at all.
We're
So,
playing Dungeonmans.
and as well, fans of our show are probably going to recognize this game because this is the second time that you've been on the show, Jim. Except
Yes.
today is very special because you're actually launching tomorrow.
That's right. Going from early access into all the way live.
Which is crazy! And that's available on Steam, I believe, yes? What other...
Yeah,
sorry, before we get
Is
into
there is there a button to link it up here that you guys have going?
if you put it in chat, I will repost it so that it's clickable.
All right, can do. Give me a second.
And what's the price point and the platforms? Is it just like strictly Steam right now?
Well, it's Steam. It's Windows only. You can actually get it through the Humble app on my store, on my website. But yeah, it is a Windows game, and Steam, of course, gives you access to quick updates for the bugs I keep putting in.
I like the way you think.
Yeah, definitely.
See, that's what more devs need to do. They're thinking, oh, my game's so perfect. How can I make it less perfect?
Put the bugs in.
Put some bugs in.
Yeah, how
Put
can
the
I make it
bugs in,
less
And
perfect?
then that way you'll have more stuff to do.
Right?
It gives you something to do.
And just little bugs, like in that game in... Oh, nobody's going to get this. That game they describe in Wayne's World, where your gelatinous cube, you have to eat this tribe chieftain to get to the next level. The bug is that there's no chieftain, so they just keep popping in quarters.
Oh,
And then
Wow.
you can fix that when you have the content ready to go.
that's smart.
Yeah, right? I should
That's a
make
bold
games.
strategy.
Bold strategy. Yeah. Actually, in the build that's on the internet right now, you can't fight the guy who has the key to let you into the last dungeon. The whole thing is a sham. Corrupt top to bottom. Yeah.
So before we really get into it, I love this game. I can't wait to see what's happened with it. But for the people that aren't familiar with it, would you mind giving them a quick synopsis of what we're about to get into?
Sure, man. The short version is Dungeonmans is about crushing monsters and taking their stuff. It is a roguelike, which is a genre. That means it is a turn-based game. You move, the monsters move, back and forth, back and forth. Positioning, tactics are important. Using your gear, using the items you find, using the powers, that matters. And it's tough. The game is difficult, and when you die, you're dead. You can't save and reload that character. You can't bring him back from the grave. You get one life. Then you gotta start new.
So,
But the trick here... Go ahead, sorry.
What you're trying to say is that this game is so hard that the characters will kill us so hard we'll die to death.
pretty
yes,
much.
not only the game is so difficult that when a character dies, actually, there is someone else on the Earth randomly struck dead. That's something that was a new feature in XNA 4.2 before they.
That's
they
amazing. I am so impressed by that feature.
Feature in XNA 4.2. Carl, I see you in chat saying, "Why turn-based?" Cry, and I think you're going to see that it feels very fast, even though it's turn-based.
Carl, you have no idea. You're like,
It's a very
this is easy. Let's go skateboards, bro, and then you're dead.
Yeah.
Like just straight up. What should we name our academy, guys?
Ooh, that's a tough one. That's what you have to name it. That's a tough one.
Oh wait, no.
What
Turn of
were
the
you
tough ones.
thinking? What, you think I was just gonna be like, you know, whatever? Crazy Go Nuts Uni.
Crazy Go Nuts University. It's the Crazy Go Nuts University Academy. Perfect. Okay, so what's our first candidate's name? Don't know.
How long can you make the name? By the way, that's very important.
There we go. So our first candidate is named Dunno, call him Giant. So the stat blocks. Would you mind telling us a little bit about like the character creation while we're going through it here, Jim? Because it's neat,
sure thing.
and I love it.
So in this case, there are 4 stats, and I wanted them to feel kind of useful, all of them. Most games, give you like 5 or 6, and one of them ends up being a dump stat. Here, I wanted to just make sure each of them had a use for every character type. So strength is your core. It's like constitution in a lot of games as well as strength. But I mean, Dungeonmans is all about strength. Every Dungeonmans needs strength, whether you're a wizard or janitor mans, whatever. Strength is where it's at. Skills is accuracy and ability to hit things, which is important if you want to kill the monsters. Science is the more esoteric stat, as science is. It is the one that makes your elemental resistances go up, makes your bleeds and burns work better. You have mastery over the world with science. And then Foom is about blowing shit up, really. Foom is about your control over magic and fulminating everything around you.
Okay, that being said, I think I like the yellow stats. We got 16 strength, 12 skills.
That's well-rounded.
Yeah, it is. It's quite
It
well-rounded.
also has high strength, which is good because you like to.
I do like to fight things. So then we have to pick what kind of mans we are.
Now,
I remember this.
I remember from the last time that you did try your fighter mans first, and your close quarter combat was a little bit difficult.
Yeah,
So
I
you
also
went-
tried the banner mans.
And then you went for ranger mans.
Ranger mans was definitely the best, but we don't have the skills for the ranger mans right now. I'm just gonna add S's on.
Why not? What's wrong with the ranger? You know the skills for it?
Well, the skills, I only have the 12 in skills.
Oh, sure, yeah. Your stats are going to start off average. I mean, that's the whole idea, right? A man walks into the academy, and he is not necessarily the stuff of heroes, but training makes him so. So even if his stats aren't the best, they overcome. I mean, who thought Frodo Baggins was going to be kicking orcs in the nuts, right?
True that. Well said. Well said. I have to admit, I've been looking forward to having you back on the show for like months now. So this is really exciting for me.
Thank you.
What should we have? Bonus to max health sounds like something I'm going to need, rather than something I want.
Or something that will just, like... Wait, what are you again? Ranger mans. Okay, so you need
I'm a ranger mans.
Something that will help your distance or your dexterity or whatever you want to call it.
I'll tell you if you want Babby's easy victory combination, you'll take Mad Thirsty and probably Electrolyzed, because that gives you resources faster than the other powers, and you could use that to stay alive and win.
We're going to try that for sure for our first one.
Perfect.
Okay, what does Giant look like as a ranger man's?
It would be hilarious to make him not look remotely what he should be.
He's... call him Giant, level 1 ranger man's dressed... Well, he wanted to be a wizard.
He wanted to be a wizard, so he's...
But he had a hobby of lifting...
Well, no, see, he's a ranger, but he loves cosplay.
Oh, he's a cosplayer.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
So
I love
it's
it.
Perfect for him, yes.
Okay, so we're going to get into it. Welcome to our world of Crazy Good Nuts University Academy. Wild Untamed World. No thanks, Headmaster. I'm ready for adventure, because I know what I'm doing.
Ready for adventure!
Okay, so Do I need to do my stats and stuff right away? Let's see what I have. I quick.
You are when you pick a Rangermans, your stuff's already assigned, so you are taken care of there.
That's smart. I like the way you think.
3 spaces away. I remember the Rangermans. He was like my best friend.
Okay, so actually the biggest question that I have is, what is the biggest thing that you've changed since we last played?
Well, the truth is, the game you played last time is a lot of what's here. There's just been additional development in terms of content and balance and features. So, drastic changes did not take place, but you will see, for instance, there's shiny new art everywhere. The UI is far improved. The Bannerman's is more fleshed out. The Southern Gentleman's more fleshed out.
Oh, okay.
There are some new monsters. There is greater content as you approach the end of the game. There's crafting. I don't know if you guys had the armory in the build you played before.
No, we didn't.
There's armory, which means you can take your gear instead of selling it, the stuff you don't want. You can melt it down at the Academy Armory and use the metal that you get to do stuff like upgrade your starting gear for future heroes, to craft new items, or to get upgrade hammers.
Nice.
That will put magic on your weapons if you want it.
I don't know if it was this game, but last time was a lot of the graphics placeholders.
I just got 2
Is that a different
Oscars.
game I'm thinking of?
Well, I mean, that may be true in both cases. Like, there may be other games with graphics with placeholders, and this one, because there were certainly a lot of placeholder graphics here.
Sweet. So, as you can see, I know Carl was wondering why it was turn-based, but it doesn't even feel like turn-based. It's more like turn-based, like Approaching Infinity, where each time I take a step, or if I just wait, I believe, then a turn goes by, right? Like if I'm just idle. Oh, no. No, it just freezes. Perfect.
Yeah, you move and the monsters move back and forth, but that means, there's little delay between steps, so you can kind of run around, and as soon as you let go of the controls, everything holds up, so giving you the chance to think.
Yeah.
I like that. I like being able to think about how bad my choices will be, because they're usually really bad.
Oh, you added things. I just exploded that goblin and his bits flew across. We did not have that last time we were here.
We never got the liberties of seeing explosions of guts.
Nope, no gut explosions. That's awesome. This is looking and feeling really, really good.
New and improved Dungeonmans with gut explosions.
Gut explosions.
I also can't remember if there was music the last time we played. But
There's absolutely music.
Was there? Is it the same music?
Well, yeah. This particular track is Zircon Andrew Aversa has been doing the music for the game since there was music, since the beginning of any Dungeonmans notes. And yeah, he has added. There are 18? There's like an hour of music. Seriously, 60 minutes of music, and it is the secret truth of Dungeonmans is that this whole game, the Kickstarter, the art, everything, was actually just a vessel for the greatest soundtrack of the last 100 years. Really, that's it. This is all just dressing. The music is what is the best part about this game.
Jim, you're amazing.
You just reminded me of like Tenacious D as they're standing outside of the open mic night. There's like, what we got is gonna turn your brain into shit.
This is the history of Dungeonmans. All of what you're hearing now is completely true.
This is the true D. The Dungeonmans.
The true Dungeonmans. Scroll. Oh, okay, good. No! Whoa, sir.
You're kind of supposed to actually attack those and not be like, hey guy, what's up? Just kind of bump into you, bro. What you doing? Hey, that kind of hurts. Why would you do that?
Whoa. Yeah, level up! Whoa.
That's a lot of arrows.
Well, there's a lot of leveling going on.
You know what I would like to see in a game?
An
arbitrary level system.
Like in Disco Dodgeball?
No, not even that. I mean, literally, your XP will be like between. It'll just randomly be a number, and then when you get it, you'll level up to a random level number, and then possibly next one you'll go down like some, and it won't make a difference because it'll be the same amount of points and everything.
So this is one of the things I remember from Dungeonmans, which I thought was really cool, is that it's quite customizable. So when I click the level up button, we have all these different tabs. And most of them, like, they're all based around, like, the Fighter Mans, the Wizard Mans, the Ranger Mans, etc., etc. And if I wanted to be part ranger, part necromancer, I could be just by picking up the terrible basics of necromancy. Man,
Yes, that's correct.
did you do all the writing for the game? I just got to know, was that all your sense of humor? 'Cause it's
I did.
delicious.
I did the writing. That's true. I am. There are. I mean, there are some parts of the game that were written by some friends who did stuff like the book descriptions. I think are a bit from other people, and of course every Kickstarter backer got to add a line to the wall of text if they wanted to do so, and add one monster name, which will be in tomorrow.
Oh,
But
cool.
yeah, the writing is for me. I mean, I tried to kind of mix up comedy as well as the sort of like, not so much like silly goofball comedy like slapstick as much as it is like the sort of snarkiness you get when you're playing a game of Dungeons and Dragons, maybe with some friends. Like, it's serious but not serious. We're here to fight monsters, but at the same time we all know we're here to fight monsters, and it's kind of goofy.
I think part of the reason why I like your game is because I run a Pathfinder campaign every Sunday, exactly like that.
Yeah, I ran Pathfinder. I ran for the last 3 years almost. I've run Pathfinder games. I had in Austin. I had a Kingmaker campaign that ran,
cool.
and then I did another one, a homebrew one in Baltimore.
And was that a lot of the inspiration kind of behind when you decided, to heck with this, I should make a video game?
Basically,
Just a moment. Sorry, I did.
Yeah, no worries.
Had to get some more tussin. Yeah, I am. Well, I mean, I was in the AAA game making business from 2004 to 2012, and in 2007, in the winter of 2007, around this time, I wanted to mess around with XNA, which was something new, and I had decided, okay, I'm going to make a roguelike. I've always wanted to make a roguelike. So this game became kind of like a side project of mine, and I would mess with it after work and so on. And then 2012, when I got laid off from BioWare Austin, I decided, I'm going to work for myself. And this became a full-time project.
Oh, cool. Oh no, I think our Ranger Man is in a bad spot. We can get out of
well,
here.
I got to admit that you're doing pretty good considering the fact that I think the first time that I ever played this, I lasted maybe 3 creatures and died.
Do you remember our first 10 minutes when we had Jim on the show the first time? Our first 10 minutes, I think we went through like 6 different people.
Our graveyard was thoroughly filled.
Well, that's part of the fun, right? I mean, you get to go see all the people that you failed and look at them and then feel bad and then make your next guy even stronger. That's the idea.
And I was expecting to show this off sooner, but would you mind telling us a little bit about like the graveyard system or what happens if I die like in this dungeon and that kind of stuff?
Sure thing. So the way the Academy progresses is by the heroes bringing stuff back. So when you find certain items, you can bring them back to the Academy, and that'll make the Academy stronger. And then future graduates can take advantage of that stuff. So for instance, if you find stolen pieces of alchemy equipment and develop the lab, future graduates can start with knowledge of potions. So you don't have to ID them, you just kind of know what they are. Same thing with the library. The armor lets you have a bunch of different upgrades to your weapons. And there's also these items called Proof of Strength, which you get from defeating powerful monsters, proving your strength, and then you bring those back, and you can raise your stats, and future characters can raise their stats too.
I love that idea. It's and that in itself means that you're building this academy. Building the strength of this academy.
That's right. You're building a legacy of strength for your academy and future graduates. Of course, every graduate thinks they're going to be the last graduate, right? Because all they got to do is just win. That's all they have to do is win. They have to just clear the whole continent, they'll win. No problem. No big deal.
No biggie. I'm having trouble, killing things on the 3rd floor of the first dungeon, but no bigs.
That's fine.
No bigs. No bigs.
You just need to grind. Just do some grinding, man. There should be skateboards in this game so that you can grind.
You want skateboards?
You should grind right on the wall. Yep.
So obviously you have the Kickstarter community and like the people that you've had beta testing and that kind of stuff. Has there been a lot of feedback as to the difficulty of the game? So I remember the first time we played it, it felt to me like, not that it could use some polish, but it was very difficult for me to figure the game out when I first got into it.
Well, so yeah, the roguelikes have a legacy, and there are 2 main voices that came in. Well, 3, I guess, for the difficulty. The middle voice saying, "Hey, this is pretty good. I like it. It's hard enough, and that's fine." Then you have players who are like, "OMG, Why isn't there a save function? My guy died. You're the worst. This game is a butt. People say that, and then like an hour later, they go back and they try again, right? So it's part of learning to do Dungeonmans is accepting the truck that hits you early on and rolling with it to get stronger. But then the third contingent of people says, this game is too soft core. And they're like, well, this is a true roguelike. Okay, so number one, you shouldn't even have an academy. But if you do, every time you die, you should lose a level of the alchemy lab. You should lose half your proofs of strength. And I'm just like, whoa, So I had a rule for myself that
There's always those people.
They are all those people, and you know what? It's not like they have the wrong opinion, but it's just not what I wanted to put in the game, right? It's a matter of choice. So my rule was a player should never start a hero and lose the hero and then feel like they lost progress.
Yeah.
That's my goal.
So you want it kind of like a sort of like a Rogue Legacy sort of thing, where you have something to bring back with you that will help you on your way.
Rogue Legacy certainly has some of that too in terms of the gold that you bring back. The difference is that, and I think this is kind of an important difference, in Rogue Legacy, gold is your score. Like no matter what you're doing, you're earning gold, and you bring all of it back when you die. Here, you have the option of bringing stuff back, but you might not, which means that you might have a bunch of proofs and then think you can make one more floor and then die and lose them all. Or you can be cautious and bring stuff back and use it, or you can just decide, you know what, I don't want to use this stuff. You can bring it back and then not use it for your future heroes if you want to be a little more hardcore.
And that one thing I wanted to say, you just said about how you didn't want players to feel like they make a new character and go backwards a bit. I actually remember back in EverQuest 1 when it, way back in the day, when you died, you would lose experience as well as you had a chance to get your gear back. But if you died twice, you would lose everything. And I remember there were a lot of days where I got so frustrated that I wished I had never logged in that day, and it led to me not playing EverQuest. So I can see the pros and cons of that one side for sure, but I personally prefer it this way.
It's funny that the risk entailed in losing stuff is pretty good. When you have that tense moment of like, oh, I'm going to get my character killed, holy crap. The difference, though, is EverQuest, you can lose literally days, like /days played of effort.
Yeah.
And, that's a bad feeling. I think that maybe people realized that was a little overboard. And as the MMOs evolved, you saw that thing sort of go away. And the real grognons who were like, man, no, this game needs to be, if I die, I need to make sure that I can't play again until I put my own puppy in the oven. Then I can play again. It needs to be hardcore. Like, that sort of thing has kind of died off.
I just noticed I was talking to the headmaster, and I'd like to create an entirely new overworld while keeping the academy data saved. So if you've done a lot of the world and you're just like, you know what, this place sucks, you have the opportunity to just try somewhere new without losing your save data.
That's right. Yep.
Oh, cool. And look at this empty gated area.
It's so pretty.
That will remain
look at that.
empty forever.
Pristine grass, untouched by a sad shovel. Yeah.
I have an odd feeling you talk too soon, but we'll see where this goes.
Yeah. Okay, back to the overworld. I want to see the town too, because I assume I can just buy things in the town. Hello, town. Hello. There we go. What do you have for sale? Nothing. I want. I just want gear.
Nothing delicious? No.
Yeah.
Nothing to do.
What do you got for sale? Can't use that.
So how easy or hard was it to actually develop the dialogue and the storyline in this game?
Well, the dialogue feels... So here's the thing about stories for me. I've worked on a number of video games, and story, I've never had direct responsibility for creating game stories, but I've run a lot of D&D games, and I've been part of developing games, and my thought on story is if you don't have a really good one, don't have one. Don't pretend like... So for instance, I'll watch a trailer for a new indie RPG, and it opens up like, in the world of Crepidar, where two forces vie to see... Oh god, who cares? Like, I'm done, I don't care. And you have to work so hard to convince people that your story is good, and usually it's not, because most people aren't writers. I mean, I'm not really a writer. I can write some funny bits of dialogue or whatever, but I don't know that I have the capacity to put together a thrilling story, so I didn't. I carried along the idea of, we're here to crush monsters and have fun, and if you really want Dungeonmans fiction, like if you're going to write, Headmaster /fic or whatever, there are bits and pieces of lore in some item descriptions, some of the names, some of the higher level stuff, and you can sort of picture the world that's being described here. But I didn't have the kind of characters and I don't have the capacity personally to make a story that was going to make people give a damn.
I find that you've taken that mentality and what you've created with it is something that perfectly... hang on, I gotta live. There we go. You've created something that perfectly mirrors that Dungeons and Dragons feel. I feel like this is exactly what, I want to go around with my adventurer, and I want to be able to go and kill things and loot things and just get a lot of treasure and have a lot of fun. And that's exactly what I'm doing with this, which I love.
That's cool, man. I'm glad. Glad you dig it.
Oh, where'd he go? Get back here. Stupid crap. Sorry. I get so into this.
It's funny when I see people cast this game. They're pretty talkative until things get serious, and then everybody gets quiet. And they're like thinking move after move, and it's suddenly a more tense environment. But then they go back to running around at full speed and just jawing. And, it's really cool to watch people play. I'll admit that this has yet to get old, seeing people play the game.
It's nice the way that you've done the turn-based, where it's all to do with your mouse, is you really set the speed of the battle. So if you want to, a lot of times I'll find that I just stop and look at where I am and what am I going to do, and then it's like you can formulate the strategy, because that's a really good way for it to pause. But if you know that it's not anything, major or something like that, then you might just rush right through it. And just, click, 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 done, okay, whatever, next fight.
So what you're trying to say is that occasionally we have to stop, collaborate, and listen?
Yeah, exactly.
Good. I'm very glad.
Oh! No. There we go.
How are you doing for your stats? You're doing good.
We're doing pretty good, yeah. No,
Doing pretty good.
we're having a good
Giving
time.
110%. Doing pretty good today.
Just
We're sportsing.
trying to get a level 3.
Showing all the
We're
sports.
sportsing.
We're sportsing.
Showing out how the sports
sounds-
are sports.
Sounds like you're spritzing, but with, like, man sweat.
Have you never seen that? I think it's an oatmeal or comic
Perry.
where it's a like stereotypical talk between a commentator and a football player. They talk about sportsing.
No.
Um,
Like right here, I can slow down and figure out exactly what I want to try and do, which is very much appreciated. Because if in like another roguelike game, like Binding of Isaac or something, I know you will get into some rooms and it'll just be covered with something that you've never seen before or something that you're not used to fighting, and you freak out, and then all of a sudden you're dead. And it's nice that you can just kind of you sit back and you're like, wait, hang on, okay, let's look at the room, what can we do? And I really appreciate that. I also love...
it's a tradition, man. That's the kind of the roguelike way. I mean, you got people with giant Hagrid-style neckbeards that will argue until they're blue in the nuts about what a roguelike really means. But I think the turn-based is certainly part of it.
Are we already at that point where roguelike is down to like the very definition of it? Or has it always been there? And I'm just, in the corner picking my nose.
It's been there since before the NES.
Oh, I see you fighting that bandit, champ. Be careful.
Yeah, noticing. Go away.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, wait, I don't have an exit strategy! He blew up my exit strategy. Oh no.
Oh, there's the danger shuffle. Boy, now he's got you by the short and friskies.
Yes, he does! What do I
He
got? What
is
do I got?
currently cupping something.
Curse your boss weapon. Minor,
Maybe one of these potions at random will help. Yeah, that's sort of a thing that happens too.
Ah!
Hopefully you know what they are.
No, I'm dead.
Okay, now, you were sportsing pretty hard out there. A lot of
yeah.
sports happened. Why do you think you lost?
Why do I think I lost? Well, Madden, I wasn't anticipating that he'd be able to switch places with me, so my exit strategy was to flippity flip, flip, flip back to the stairs. But he switched places with me, that shuffle, just perfectly with the line of sight so that I couldn't flip past him either.
So what you're saying is that you sporched your best and scored points, but the other team was sportsing too.
Yep.
And they scored even more points.
Yep.
So what you need to do next is you need to stop the other team from scoring points, while you yourself score many points. That's how you win.
Yeah, that's okay. New candidate has just come into the Crazy Good Nuts University
Average
Academy.
sportsman.
The average sportsman is going to be joining us.
Are you going to be now? Are you going to go for?
That's a whole lot of science.
Are you going to go for ranged, or
I don't
magic,
know.
or are you just going to beat the crap out of it?
I don't know.
Because I mean, you got yourself 17 strength right there.
That is a lot of strength.
Strength.
That's a lot of
My bad.
strength.
I had a verbal diarrhea.
But I find the melees, they always take so much damage. That's my beef.
So you like giving lots of damage, but you don't like taking damage.
See, this is nice rounded stats again, but we got a high science, and really all the sciences, like, don't make fun of me.
You can science the crap out of them if you're the right type of science man.
Don't make fun of me just because I rolled high science.
But you are a sportsman, so I don't know if you should be a science man.
That's a lot of sportsmans.
So you're going for science. Okay.
I'm going for science mans. What's the straight up dungeon mans?
Now listen carefully with the straight up Dungeonmans.
Okay.
You have a backpack full of gear, and nothing is equipped. If you run into the forest or run into the Scrobold Warren and start fighting stuff and nothing happens because none of your gear is equipped and you die, it's on you. It's on you.
Perfect.
And I've seen that and it happen in a number of YouTube videos.
And I did
People
that
are like,
too,
why can't I
my
equip
very
any of this?
first
Hold on, this game is broken. None of this. Why is it all red? And it's just like, holy crap! You know, I need to lock that class away until you've died like 5 times.
I think with this science, no, we want high foom. Well, no, we're gonna try wizard mans and try and raise our foom. Our foom is the lowest one right now, but we have high science. So we're gonna try wizard mans. Average sportsman, the wizard mans.
And he should be a female archer.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but the fact that you could choose any avatar for any class.
Not only that, we didn't show off. You can be male or female.
Yeah, you can be male or female.
Or beast.
Or beast.
Or who cares?
That's right. We're not here to judge, man. We're here to crush
You
monsters.
are inclusive.
Yep.
That's how it works.
I have no problem with inclusivity. I think that's an
Yeah.
awesome stance.
The average sportsman, the lady was rich.
Oh,
my
I didn't say females. I said, who cares? I find that when we have you on the show, Jim, I add way too many S's to everything.
That's sort of what happens. That's sort of the man's way.
You're
Can't help
officially
it.
the male-female other. That's called gender inclusion right there.
What do you mean special trainings? Oh, we had artifacts. I can visit some of the faculty to get a leg up on skills and item identification.
I think you have to go look at your grade.
Oh, yeah, I do.
In a moment, of course.
But look at this person's. Ah, the average
So,
sportsman.
because we're on a stream together, I need to advise you should look behind the wall of text.
Oh, I will. I can do that right now. I love the wall of text, by the way. Picks up Stream Scryer's Circle Hoops.
What?
Ooh. Thanks for hanging out in the Kickstarter live stream. Oh, cool! We're just looking carefully behind the wall of text. That's amazing. I love all the little stuff you do. Thank you, Jim.
Yeah, my pleasure. That was something that I just put in during a Kickstarter stream. Like, okay, everybody's in here gets to know about this, and now if somebody's streaming the game, I'll tell them to look behind there. So they get the Scryer's Circle Hoops.
As well, anybody that's watching, you watched it, go buy the game, and you can do it too.
Yep.
Empty bookshelf without any books. How about this one? This shelf contains. Oh, I thought it was gonna say this shelf contains books. I was like, ah. Come back here, wizard. Another graduate.
This shelf contains placeholders that resemble books.
I'm obligated to inform you that I can grant you knowledge of what scrolls we possess, so you may identify them on sight. The offer expires the moment you leave, so consider carefully. Well, gee, if it isn't too much trouble, yes, please do your job.
This is every sarcastic person's dream come true.
Done. Now go find me some more books. Some of the books have pictures. Ha! Joke's on you, old man. Amazing. Amazing. I don't want to even leave here. I just want to walk around and see what everybody says.
This could be an incredibly entertaining comic series as well.
This would be a really good comic series. The Dungeonmans comic series.
Yeah.
Oh, and this is where the mysterious items can be researched. That have been researched. Cool. Okay. Let's go shoot stuff with our magics.
Yay! Magics and shooting stuff.
It's a magic bow. That's how it works. Just so you know.
It's a bow staff.
Grand Dungeonmans Academy, founded by Sir Winnington Crushfield III, legendary champion across a distant horizon. Oh, brave Dunno, call him giant, Rangermans of the second level of power. He was slain on the second floor of the Ookfels. We'll never forget you. I don't know, call him giant.
Links to game?
Yes, we just had one.
I'll go find that. You can keep doing that.
I've got it.
Do you?
Oh, do I?
Have it. I guess you
Boom! Oh, bye now. And for everybody that's just joining us, this game is launching tomorrow, and Jim has been nice enough to come on the show and hang out with us.
Worldwide exclusive, Dungeonmans!
Because I can't imagine how busy you are right now, Jim.
I'm so busy that I am coding while we chat, and
Good God.
there are tiny, tiny tears coming down my face as we speak.
You're a dedicated man.
He sleeps with his fingers up in the air like this.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't even check our skills.
You're one of those guys that you'll be walking down the street and you'll have a laptop taped to your arms.
That's never going to happen.
Can I just read this tooltip real quick?
Sure.
Bolt of Foom. A small blast of concentrated foom used to smack a single target with fire damage at a distance. Powerful foominologists with lots of mana toss these out like candy. Foominologists. Amazing. Oh man, I like the ice block, the tooltip about how you can like block off corridors and stuff. That's neat.
Did you take
Fleeting Infinity in chat says, coding while talking is pretty dedicated. I usually will not talk with anyone while coding. Yeah, you know, I've kind of gotten used to it because as part of the streaming, the dev streams that I do Wednesday and Friday, I'll talk to people in the chat while I'm working on stuff. And I find it to be a refreshing change of pace, for sure, from the typical, like, you know, me by myself and some musics.
Actually, I've known quite a few devs now. It's becoming more of a thing where they're coding while streaming. Like, I know Legend of Dungeon was made with the couple streaming the entire time.
Calvin's hilarious because he doesn't even sit down. What he'll do is that he'll pace back and forth.
Yeah, he's standing the whole time.
And he's wearing his Jamiroquai hat most of the time. And then he'll just go right up his computer and start tick, and then he'll just start walking away and talking to himself. And
yeah. But I was going to ask Jim, do you find that the dev streams, do you find that helped keep you on target for getting the game out when you wanted it to? Or, like, was it a challenge with people telling you, like, oh, you should do this, or you should do this, or you should do this?
Oh, well, you know, there's part of that is part of early access, right? So when the game goes into early access, the covenant you make with your customer is that they get to look into the kimono a little bit and say, hey, you know, I'm going to have a tiny bit of input on how this game gets made. So while I clearly can't listen to everybody who's like, oh, I think this game should have 2 dogs or whatever, like, I can't do that. But I can take that conversation and you know, cool things have come from it. So the chat happens and people are throwing out ideas and stuff goes back and forth, and I'll say, like, hey, I'm going to try this thing. And I do it on stream and it completely fails in a hilarious way and everybody laughs, and it's just this really positive event that came from what would ordinarily be, you know, something I'd only get to laugh at myself.
Yeah, that would be... It sounds like it's taking something that could be, like, you know, even frustrating at times, and gives you kind of a positive way to vent that, too. Oop.
Have any of the streamers that, or have any of the viewers of your streams ever given you some ideas that you're going, that's good, and considered implementing sort of thing?
Yeah, of course. There are a number of things. Crowd, I'm not trying to remember exactly which ones, so I don't sound like a liar. For instance, I built just yesterday. No, it's all a blur. Just 2 days ago, I put together a new dual wielding set of powers on stream live with people.
Oh wow!
And it's not like somebody said, "Hey, I wanted to do this," and I did exactly that. But it just sort of was molded as we worked together. There's a weapon that's not in the game yet. It's actually in the game, but it doesn't drop anywhere, so you can't be picked up. But it was named by the crowd. The Magma Stone Thunderer is the tier 5 hammer, and it's the references to Twitch are made actually in the flavor text of it, so that people, it's kind of obtuse, but. Yeah, man. I can't say like, oh, it's a community game, because people haven't been able to make anything in the community except for hero sprites. You do have the ability to make your own hero skins if you want and give them out to your friends and whatever. But yeah, it's working on the dev stream with people is the best.
I love that. I love that. That is so cool. It's a new world, and I like how we had indie games that were made to be very experimental, and then Kickstarter came along, and now we get to like pick which games we want made based on what sounds good to the community. And now it's going that extra step where maybe you saw a Kickstarter for a game, and you're like, that game looks awesome. And it's like, oh, the developer streams every now and then, and so you hop into his stream and you've been watching him, helping him, you make a few suggestions. And then, boom, all of a sudden, it's like in one of the streams, like, oh, this is a cool weapon. What do you guys want me to call it? That's a really cool way to give back to your audience and kind of connect with the people that are playing your game.
We are at a good point now with the indie community where it's a mutual respect that the AAA community kind of needs to figure out. That maybe the people that are playing your game are the people you should be listening to. So that you can actually make a game that isn't full of shit.
I feel like you've had some issues lately.
No, what are you talking about? no problem here. I'm fine.
So there's a story I'll share from just actually yesterday. There was a guy, his name is Pox, P-O-H-X, and he's a streamer, and he's been playing, and he played at Wizardmans. And he played for like 20 hours, honestly, and around hour 17 he rolled a Wizardmans that had a whole bunch of stats from 17 hours of adventuring, and he used Searing Ray to fulminate everything in the whole wide world. And it was ridiculous. Like, he would just use Searing Ray endlessly. His mana recharge was so high, and I'm watching this, and I'm like, this sucks. This is really bad. So what I did was I changed Searing Ray a little bit to give it a bit of a nerf so that it's not as strong at long range, which is fine. Decreased it just a touch. But then I thought, this guy's so great for doing this that I actually created an item that will drop that makes Searing Ray awesome, and I named it after him. So I'm going to link the GIF.
Yeah.
In chat, and so that's something that was just made yesterday for that guy. And Opie-Ope is something he likes to say when something is OP. Opie-Ope, he'll say. And so I just thought Opie-Ope's Poxbowl, because Pox is his name, would be pretty cool. So, it didn't take much to do, and it was just sort of a nice thing to use to connect with some of the fans watching. I mean, he had like 200 folks in the stream, and it was all pretty entertaining.
Again, I'm gonna praise you, because you just told me a story that you were watching one of your own community, got feedback from him by just watching him, and actually implemented a balance to the game based off of gameplay that you saw, and then praised the guy by like making a gift for him and actually putting an item in specifically for him. That's unheard of. That is unheard of.
Well, I'll tell you this. There are lots of developers who feel this way, but may not get the chance to do it because they're not working in a small enough group. We talked briefly about AAA being what it is. There are lots of programmers and lots of developers and designers who would love this sort of interaction, and I'm very fortunate that I was able to succeed at a Kickstarter and have the resources necessary to work on a small scale and be able to talk to people. Oh, you died now. Sorry.
I did die.
What did you do? I looked down for a second.
I liked the
rough.
Wizardmans. He was really cool. I liked him. Anyway, continue on, because that was an interesting story. I was having fun with that.
Well, just saying that it's something that I'm very fortunate to be able to do, and I kind of owe it to people. Dungeonmans came out first in Kickstarter, and I asked people for money, and then it came out in early access, and I asked people to say, hey, buy this game and trust old Jim that I'm going to finish it. And there's lots of people who still say, well, early access is dog poop, and no one should buy it, and it's terrible. And all I can say to them is, okay, I understand. I'll do my best to prove myself to my fans and my customer base, and when the game goes live, you can see for yourself. And this is really it's a significant obligation. I owe these people a cool game, And then when they have it, then I can go lay on something and float for a few days and relax.
Didn't Steam just update their early access requirements recently?
I'm not sure.
They did. So when I went into early access, initially my post was rejected. Not the game, but just the post and saying, "Hey, look, you need to answer these questions before you go to early access." And I said, "Oh, there's like 8 questions here. Like fill out an essay." And I had no problem doing it, but I said, "This is new. I don't see this before." And they said, "Yeah, we want to start making people going into early access be pretty specific about what people can expect and what they're going to aim to do." And if you look at the one on my page, you can see there's places where I fell short, as in it is currently, I guess like I thought the game would be live in May, and it's currently like the 270th day in May right now, right? So that's kind of a little late on that. But the other thing is saying I'm going to make sure there's constant updates, and I'm going to make sure people get listened to. I think I've done that. I had updates every 2 weeks like clockwork, and I had to miss one because of a cross-country trip that I didn't quite want to take. But I then got back on the boat, and so I've made updates, listen to people, and put a game together. Hopefully, folks like it.
Definitely. So I need your expert opinion for starting out. 16 strength, 13 skills, 18 science, and 14 food.
That's a good skill.
What kind of man?
You're gonna go Bannermans or Southern Gentlemen's with that. And the reason why is both of them have burns. Bannermans has star burns, which will deal light starlight damage to people over time, and then Southern Gentlemen's has a lot of at least the first power, the Rapier Wit, is really awesome at ripping stuff apart, and that's a bleed that makes that happen. And so that's what 18 Science will help you deliver.
So we tried Bannermans the first time, and I know you fleshed it out, but I'm curious about both. So what first person in chat to say Bannermans or Southern Gentlemen's, that's what I'll play. Now the race. Oh, PG wants South. Do we count South? Oh, Southern Gentlemen's.
So
okay,
Southern Gentlemen's. Yeah, that works.
We're still going to do the Mad Thirsty, and maybe Southern Born. More champions will spawn. Oh, crazy. Once I'm good at the game. Cough, cough.
Just 15 more hours to go before you're good at the game.
The other guy, level 1 Southern Gentlemen's. He'll be a beast. Because I'm a beast. I think this is the most beastly.
That looks about right.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, he is definitely our most beastly of beastlies.
But he's a gentleman.
Wait, does he work for... No, nobody's going to get that joke.
Don't even try.
Special training! Hey! Excuse me, Mr. Wizman. Do your job. Thank you. Okay. Now we're going to go and do... Oh, no. You know what we're going to do is check out our skills this time so I know what the heck is going on.
Maybe.
Press the attack. Take one step forward and swing it wide. Swing wide. Oh, okay. So that's a bleed. Oh, crazy. Oh, neat. So, I like the Southern Gentlemen's. This is a small-known fact, well-known fact among my friends, but I used to do medieval combat reenactment, and rapier fencing was like one of the things that we practiced the most. So I think I'm going to have fun with the Southern Gentlemen's.
Except you have 2 sabers held in hand.
It's because I'm a beast. It's actually called a flurry of blades, traditionally.
What's the weather forecast? Flurry of blades.
+1 giant. Plus one. So you said you're coding while we're on the show.
What have you changed already?
I was gonna ask, what are you coding?
Okay, here's what's going on. What the build you have right now is the build that will go live tomorrow, with the exception of, and this is kind of embarrassing, there's no end credits.
You
need to finish the game. Yeah. so that is something that I'm doing right now, and what is pissing me off, if I can use the angry P word, is that Andrew made the most awesome piece of music in the history of sound. It is a 6-minute Dungeonmans suite using actual symphony. A real live piccolo was played as part of this music, and it is a 6-minute suite of all the different Dungeonmans themes. It's kind of like how the way that Final Fantasy games end, where you hear this suite that covers all the different themes. And Exact is not friggin' loading it, and I don't know if it's a size issue or if it's just like Exact hates good music. I don't know what the f, and it's been gnawing at my nuts for a while now, and that continues while we chat.
That's unfortunate. I want to. I was also going to ask: is the soundtrack going to be available anywhere?
It is currently available. You can buy it. You can buy the soundtrack edition in game or on Steam. The Champion edition comes with the soundtrack, and will eventually have the Dungeonmans Almanac. The second thing is that the actual soundtrack will be available for sale on Overclock Records. I think that's happening tomorrow. And then there is also a remix album, which will be free and has 12, I think, or 10 or 12 different completely awesome remixes of Dungeonmans music. Some of them are just brilliantly creative. I mean, they're all great, and there's just some that are way out there. And I have been. I'll tell you what, man, it is a humbling feeling to have people generate art for the game, and of course they can sell it, right? They made something that we're giving away for free, and they still, can take the music and they can sell it on their own that they made. But yeah, this is just a fantastic feeling.
That's so cool. I'm going to be checking that out, and yeah, everybody, can you relink the Steam?
Yes.
Because I want everybody in chat to buy this game right effing now.
Buy it yesterday. Buy a time machine.
Oh my god, this...
Wait, that wouldn't work, would it?
This is a sweet class, I have to say. I am enjoying the Southern Gentlemans.
He doesn't seem very gentlemanly.
He doesn't have to be.
He's a beast!
Oh, what? I have range too? Oh, and a giant sweeping great axe? That I can use?
Should you?
Yeah, the Southern Gentlemans is a two-handed fighter. It's the closest the game has to Barbarian. If you look at the Southern Gentleman's powers, eventually you're gaining ire. There's an empty bar underneath your stamina, which is also empty. That's not healthy. But ire is something that you build up from fighting. And when you throw a tantrum, ire burns down in real time. So, actual player time. Yeah, because if you're going to be a barbarian, the person behind the keyboard needs to be a barbarian and rage out. There's just no... That's the Dungeonman's way. So it's one of the few things that is not turn-based, actually.
You have found the right man for the job. Oh, this is cool. Okay, down here. I'm feeling much better about the Southern Gentlemans.
Are you still in the first cave?
Yeah, first level, actually. But we do so much more damage. We over doubled our damage with that great axe.
So here's the question: are we continuing with this?
Can you check our email?
Yes, sir.
Yes, if that absence that you guys had is still there, I'd be happy to hang out with you for a while.
Okay, I would also enjoy that.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna put that out there.
The Tussin's working, huh?
Yeah, sorta. But I think it's more the caffeine pills that have made it where I must continue to work. So yeah.
Giant used to have caffeine pills that I
That was
stole
only
one
because
time.
I was working at 7-Eleven on overnights, and I could not get enough sleep.
I stole them for that combat tournament one time. Man, I was wired that day. Holy cow.
Yeah, what you learn is that the wake-up pills are actually, what is it, a quarter of the strength of... wake-up pills are 4 times the strength of workout caffeine pills. That's what I learned.
Man, the Southern Gentleman... Everything I want in a character. So my ire is now starting to build. Oh, and I leveled and
Yes.
I didn't even realize. Because I'm just like... I am tunnel vision killing everything. Which is hilarious. Okay, Southern Gentlemans, what you got? Sound and Fury. The dungeon asks you many questions, and sometimes the best answer is just a country ass whooping.
That sounds like a plan.
Bind these powers to keys and start mashing. These powers ignite your ire and cause you to lose your temper. That's cool. Blazing Vitropy. Hurl scathing vulgarities at your foes. Oh my god, that's amazing. Attack every adjacent monster once in a... Yeah, okay, that sounds like something... It feels like that the ability that I just used, if I'm using it, I'm in a bad situation. But, at least I have a way to get out of a bad situation. Woo! Okay. We're doing fine.
Is it Jackson?
Yeah.
He says, this was an hour ago. It's 5:56. Looking forward to tonight. Not sure if you guys have added like, but that's us.
Yeah, that's me.
No, there's none from him then.
Okay.
so I guess we're gonna keep going.
Okay.
Sorry.
Not a problem.
I know how to read.
How are we doing? He hasn't even hit me. That guy shot me 3 times and he hasn't hit me. Gizwitzer, you're about to be Southern Gentleman. Here's a question I had. Dodged. 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 Shooted. Dodged. Pewed. Oh man! I'm a beast!
And hide.
Oh no, now I'm taking some damage.
Oh.
That's okay. That's okay. I think we can do this. Boom! Oh, parry that. Kill both of them. Oh my god! I'm the Hulk!
Very good, very good. Watch you burn that ire. That's great.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I'm getting the Southern Gentleman's already. Woo! Thanks, Infinity. That felt awesome.
Okay, so I think my
Okay, what do we got?
Gmail
Combat.
broken.
Can't use. Terror boots, can't use. Who needs them? Rebel's leather. Can't use. Ooh, that staff dog. That's a lot of damage. Thick plank with a bent nail. Or the Prance Elf Limp Caster.
Which one's better?
I'm not going to use either of them. Oh, right. We have the copper lot. No.
So I think my computer just exploded.
Oh, good. I'm a fan of the I could not say I'm a fan of the lack of animations, but the designs really have me intrigued and it works really well. Makes me feel old school Dungeons and Dragons to me. There we go.
Trexel, that really is Fleeting Infinity got it, that it is supposed to feel like you're moving your game piece around.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you this, that if I had, 4 times the budget, I probably would have had animated sprites, because it just looks better to have animated sprites. I think that what I've tried to do is have some animation in game for some world effects, so you can see the fires and the bubbles, but also make the game really kinetic, where things slide around and they jump and flash and explode, and that is, I don't know, it's not for everybody, and I understand that completely, but I do hope that the monsters in cool poses is sort of something I wanted too. If I had animations, I'd only have 1 hero sprite, right, instead of 12, and there would be 1 scrollbolt sprite instead of 6, and that sort of thing. So that's the trade-off I chose.
Yeah, definitely. I remember having that chat the last time you were here too. And I honestly, after I played this game for more than like 30 seconds, I completely agree. I mean, if you had 4 times the budget, I would be interested to see what it would look like with moving like sprites and animations and that, but I actually really enjoy how it is now. And I don't know if I'd want that to change.
Yeah, basically when it comes to something like this, it's almost a moot point. If you were to add it, it wouldn't add anything to the game. It wouldn't take anything away from the game, I would say. Because the game itself is what you're focusing on.
Yeah. Grab someone next to you.
And the super awesome, amazing soundtrack that will change the history of the world.
Grab someone next to you and toss them ass over tea kettle. Weaker enemies may be stunned for a round. However, this one... Disarming smile. Why? Aren't you the very portrait of composure? And then it's any enemy who attacks me gets a debuff and then damaged, modified by my science. Done.
Look at that smile.
Look at that smile.
Who did the drawing, the animations, the pictures?
So the majority of the art was created by Jeremy Cook. He's a very good friend of mine. He's also He's the project's lead artmans, and he also served as we worked together at Gearbox. That's where we met, and he was the art director on Borderlands 2. He and I became friends pretty quick, and he liked Dungeonmans a lot, even when it was a side project of mine. Like, he came up with a logo and some colorful potions and boots and stuff for the game. That in 2009 he made these. So when it was like the first 2010 version came out that was just free for friends and whatnot, it had some of his art in it. But after the...
Oh, did we just lose him?
Oh, am I gone? Oh, my thumb fell off
back.
the button,
You're
I think.
back. Yeah.
Anyway, Jeremy Cook, Artman's making a lot of cool stuff, but also there have been a number of contractors I've used. I think in total, art contractors, maybe about 10. Some have done lots, some have done a few things, and the goal was to get guys to make sprites that I would purchase and have them fit the theme of Dungeonmans.
Oh, crazy. That's cool. I meant to ask as well, I don't know how much you want to go into it, but you said that you worked for AAA for quite a number of years. Was that mostly at Gearbox? Like, what were some of your projects?
So my first studio was Raven in 2004, and the project I worked on there was Quake 4. That was the big one that I had a big part in. I did touch Wolfenstein for a little bit and Singularity for a brief while, but Quake 4 was the game I was most involved in. I went to Seattle in 2006 and worked at a place called Surreal Software, and we worked on a game called This Is Vegas that never saw the light of day. And it's unfortunate because the only version of it that did make it out into the world as a video that didn't really represent the game very well kind of got trashed as a douchebag simulator, and that was not the game was at all. But it was unfortunate. So after that, I went to Gearbox in Texas, and I worked on a game there that has not been announced or shipped, so I don't know if I think the project actually is still on hold. And then I also worked on Colonial Marines for a while. I worked at Armature in Austin, where we worked on a game that was not announced and was not a version of Mega Man, and did not have videos on Polygon, did not have an article on Polygon. None of those things actually happened, and can't be looked up if you don't want to. Wasn't called Maverick Hunter.
Oh!
And then there was also BioWare Austin, Star Wars: The Old Republic, and that was that Star Wars: The Old Republic has the best slash roll mechanic in modern MMO gaming, and I will fight anyone who disagrees. Because you can do slash roll, and you can put in die codes. It's not just like 1 to 100. You can put in like 3d6 plus 8, and you'll get the results.
Oh,
I'm
awesome.
very happy with that.
Oh, I didn't know that, actually. Huh. Yeah, because we always just do slash roll in other games that I play.
Now you know.
Well, it was because I played a bunch of the Star Wars tabletop game, which was all D6 based, and I just thought for like role players who are playing in Tori, they'd really want to have like the ability to do that. So you could roll like 8d6, and it'll show you all the results too. So if you want to do like World of Darkness style, where you need to get like 8 out of 10 on a D10 or something, you can get that too.
That's so cool.
We brought the dogs home.
Yeah. Who let those dogs out?
Who?
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 We gotta stop. That's like 90s, man.
Did you know? Sorry, this is complete, like, way off track. But did you know that after that song came out, those guys, what are their names? I forget what they are.
Who knows?
They were signed to a 5-record deal
Oh, really?
and couldn't fulfill.
Oh, I beat my
The
first
second
champion!
one.
Look at that!
Oh, cool.
Oh, man, that was neat. Another great victory for the Academy and all Dungeonmans. You should be proud. Now go pick up whatever the cut rate trash mob dropped. Iron beat stick, proof of strength, and annotated defibrillator.
What?
And a portal.
A portal.
A portal.
A potal.
Huh, interesting. So what was your favorite project? Would that be Dungeonmans? Would you put Dungeonmans up as your favorite project that you've ever worked on?
I would have to say that's true, simply because it is the project I've poured most of myself into, and has given me the most freedom as a game maker.
Definitely. I assume that's probably something that's probably very nice, actually, having a lot of freedom on what you want to do when you're building your own game.
Yeah, I mean, it's great, it's certainly cool to say, like, oh man, I have a vision, and I'm going to make that vision come true. But the truth is, This is something I learned early on, actually. You need to... I think anybody who makes a game, even if they're making the game, they're like, this is the game I always wanted to make. That's great. You need to pick an audience, and you need to say, what does that audience want, and how am I going to make them happy? And so you are beholden to them in some regard, and saying that you can do whatever you like, fine, but if you don't understand your audience and want to make something for them, you're not going to find people to get excited about your game and sort of create a community for it. So I think that you need to... this is the game I always wanted to make, right? This is the sort of adventure that I like to go on. And so that's why I did it. But I also needed to make sure it fit some of the roguelike ideals. I needed to make sure that it felt good for people who aren't roguelike players, but are old PC gamers, and still wanted to get in on that feeling of oh man, this is what PC gaming used to be like. I get emails like that all the time, and I really appreciate them. So yeah, you got to pick an audience, and you've got to make sure they're happy.
I like that. That is actually really good advice. That's something that I don't think we've even heard on Average Giants before, so thank you.
Archimar says, oh man, this
pleasure.
feels weird. You're back here and you're the same guy.
He means the sprite you picked, I think, right? That you're the same dual-wielding dude.
Yeah.
You haven't died yet, and you're back.
I did that on my other character too, you jerk.
I'm talking on behalf of Archimar. Right? It's all him.
Oh yeah, no, both of you.
I totally respect how good you are at these games, because I know that I would have had like 17 guys in the
Excuse me, Headmaster.
In the graveyard by now.
We're gonna go and sell stuff. Nope, we're gonna go to Steam. I accidentally clicked out of the game. Yay!
You should get an achievement for that.
Cleared a dungeon. Cleared a dungeon. You see, it says cleared.
Can you go back in it if you want to? Really want to? Go back in it?
Probably. I'm not sure. Jim, can we go back into dungeons that we've cleared?
Yes, you can.
There you
Is there
go.
stuff in it?
No. In fact, you should try going into that dungeon, the one next to the scroll that runs the Ukefells.
I will.
I think he's trying to kill you.
Bring it. I'm powerful. I am immortal now.
I'm level 2!
Oops. No, I'm like 3, man.
Oh, sorry.
I'm level 3.
I'm sorry, whoa. I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to harsh your buzz like that.
All my arms and armor that aren't equipped or locked. I'd say... Okay, sure. Ya da na na na. Back to killing. Doo doo doo. So now, this might be an awkward question, but now that you're cresting the Dungeonmans release date, what are you going to do next? Are you going to Disney?
I'm going to Disney World! Yeah, okay.
But do you have any plans?
Yes, I do. Here's the first plan, is to create a 1.1 update for Dungeonmans that has some of the stuff I wanted to get in but couldn't. And so, oh, there you go. Check out the Trivial Dungeon. Yeah, I want to see you do that there.
Okay. What?
What?
It dropped... Oh, it automatically clears it for you?
Yeah, like, why bother going through dungeons that are great at you, right? To save time, have it auto-crush, and then go on to something fun.
Oh, man, that's awesome! Because I was literally thinking, like, oh, I should clear it to see if I can get any gear in there. Ha! Sorry. Continue. Sorry.
Yeah, it's true, because this is the thing about... I'll take a tangent and describe it. People who are roguelike players, they want to do things the optimal way. And they would complain early on. They'd say, you know what? To play this game optimally, I've got to grind through boring-ass dungeons, and I've got to fight crappy monsters that give me no XP in the hope of grinding consumables and proofs of strength. And I said, you know what? Yeah, that sucks. That's bad. Let's not do that. But there were a number of solutions I tried to come up with an answer, and the one that works that you're seeing here was kind of suggested by Darren Gray of Roguelike Radio. He's like, why don't it just happen to automatically clear? And I said, you know what? Let me do that. So I just added explosions in the overworld, and the loot comes flying out, and it's hilarious, and it's Dungeonmans, and it works. That's yeah.
I loved it. That's ingenious.
So that doesn't give you any does that give you the experience of it, or just the loot?
It doesn't give you XP, but it does give you loot. It gives you the satisfaction of having it say clear on the map, which people really wanted. And then also it gives you the chance to get your bodies out of there if you had a character who died in that dungeon prior. You
Which
can
we
recover.
did. Which we did for sure. Yeah. I love that riposte.
So you were asking what was next, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, so first thing, 1.1 update for Dungeonmans, which I'd like to actually get out next week, before the Steam sale, which has the Challenge Dungeon, which I wanted to put in, but I just didn't have the time to polish it for the launch, so I said, okay, I can put that off for a week. Challenge Dungeon will go in, and the Challenge Dungeon is sort of the infinite dungeon that people have wanted, so I've come up with a leveling system that'll let you exceed past 15 and sort of level based on your gear. So there's that. There are other projects in the pipe. Project 2 has been kicked off, and well, at least it's in the prototype phase. I mean, truthfully, I had to spend all my time on Dungeonmans, so I don't have a lot of time to prototype it. But there is a Project 2, and if Dungeonmans sells well enough over December, then I'll be able to continue with it. And if not, then I'll look into other stuff that I can do.
Interesting. That's a good way to look at it too. Okay. Arc's gonna be good. For a purpose, I need healing, lesser healing, or revitalization punch. Small amount of health, mana, and stamina gradually over the next few rounds. Let's do that. And I can chug down one more, so we're gonna do that too. Perfect. Because we're awesome like that. Put down.
Because I'm awesome like that. You know this.
Oh man.
Fleeting Infinity will definitely be picking this game up in January.
Thank you for adding it to your wish list. That's very useful. And kick it up in January if you can, but it's also going to be on sale, of course, during the Steam sale, like every other game is, in late December.
Cool. Yeah, make sure to check that out. Honestly, it's coming out tomorrow. I wouldn't be able to wait. So if you guys also want, you can buy it tomorrow. Can they pre-order? Like, can they just buy it right now and have it unlocked tomorrow? I don't know how that works.
Yeah, you can buy it now and play it tonight. I mean, it's early access, right? So you can buy it at the sale price, or the price that it's going to be is $15, and you could buy it $15 right now and just play it, and then you have it. And then tomorrow, when it goes live, you might get a new update, but really, it's all the same to you. You're just crushing monsters and having a good time before everybody else is.
That's called winning.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Are you bleeding?
Yeah, I am. Badly. Oh, I'm gonna die.
Don't dead!
Is there any way I could get out of this situation and live?
Yeah, you could just run.
Do I have to just run off the map?
You could run off the bottom of the map if you wanted to.
You're not bleeding anymore.
Trying to do.
But he might bleed out if you keep moving and shooting.
Yeah, I know.
He's almost dead.
Oh, the risk reward in your damn roguelike game.
He's almost dead, man. He's almost dead. You can do it. Oh.
Oh, but you know, I got a lot of life back, actually.
And he's bleeding.
Hit him. Hit him.
Oh, he's not
Oh, now you're bleeding again. Oh, titty chips. Oh. Why is he not dying?
We've got a few more hits.
Holy
How
moly.
much did you do? 5? Hits the other guy for 10. He can hit for 10.
Now you're out of healing. Now you're in trouble.
Oh, man, I should have just left. I was trying to leave and I clicked the wrong spot. Oh, well.
Oh, alas. I think that guy might be
too.
too strong. People have been complaining that the Druid captain has been beating everybody up, but he is a good challenge.
He is, yeah. We almost had him.
Yeah.
We
Almost had him.
Okay.
It might be one of those guys where he's tough, but you know how to beat him, so it's your fault because you didn't. Instead of it being too hard. I think that's how it is.
Yeah. So, one of the first people that, well, actually the first person that I tried in Dungeonmans was a Bannermans. And you said that Bannermans have been changed since then, so I need to try him. Oh, high science, so that's good. And we're gonna go Bannermans.
His food is so low, though.
His foom is low, but we need science for the burns. That's where all the best burns come from, is science. You can ask Bill Nye. He's very sarcastic.
You do want to have some foom as a Bannermans, because the Bannermans has powers that use both mana and stamina together.
Oh, okay.
You're not screwed with a 10 foom, but it means you have to be a little more judicious with your light spears.
Mm-hmm.
See, we're getting the insider info right here. This is what's good about our show. We get to know the ways to play, the right ways to play from the source.
From the source. Why do you think we started Average Giants?
Because we suck at games.
I'm trying to get better at video games, and I'm hoping that the people that make them can help me.
Yeah, the Nintendo 1-900 number doesn't work anymore.
I forgot about that. Okay, we're going to go super duper Bannerman.
Remember, in order to do the slide in Mega Man, you have to press down and B.
Remember, he's definitely not a Bannerman's. He doesn't even look like a Bannerman's.
No, definitely not a Bannerman.
Definitely not a Bannerman's. Foom with your fooming while you foom. Infinity, you seem to like the foom, man. You should try the game and see how much foom you foom with foom.
You're trying to become above average gamer.
Lol. Oh, Giant, after a year of the show, I don't think I've ever heard that joke.
No.
See? Big science, sick burns. Sorry. I couldn't help myself.
Oh, where are we going with our lives? We're going to awesome, that's where we're going.
Stupid others. Anyways, knowledge earned by my predecessor. Basic portions of simple curatives. Cool. So we're making progress. We're making progress. And that's where the armory is. Okay, so this time
to the armory.
we're gonna try and we're gonna get a bunch of stuff, and then be like, "Yo, dude, here's some stuff to break down," and then we'll see what the armory has to do.
And they're gonna break it down. Oh.
Yeah. So all I do is win. Sorry.
Up, down, up, down, up.
We just saw a really funny video. Oh, I forgot to check my skills again. I'm so silly. This is why I don't play Dungeonmans. I'd be screwed. Okay, launch a spirit light that pins and burns. I remember that one. Burns your enemy. If you defeat him while standing next to it, you recover the mana spent.
So the big change of Bannermans is that instead of 6 banners, there's now 2. And the 2 banners just grow in strength as you play. So before there were 6 banners that had individual uses, and they were broken into 2 banners that one is a banner to be placed near yourself, the other one is one to drop near enemies.
Okay.
Nick, you're supposed to swallow it, not breathe it.
Oh, my fish powers are not activated. I do remember the banners from last time. Trying to figure them all out was not daunting, but it was a lot to take in for my first character. So streamlining them down to having 2 that kind of have the main focus like that, that's a really smart idea. Is that something, like, how did you come up, or why did you want to streamline it? Is there a story, like, with the community or anything there?
Well, yeah, I think it came from just feedback from players. I was noticing that, people weren't really using the banners. So the idea is that a Bannerman's controls the battlefield. The idea is in a lot of the other classes, you're trying to, like, get away to a safer place, or blow up enemies in range. The Bannerman says, no. The only safe place is wherever I choose to stand, and the monsters can get effed. So you throw banners down, and now you've got these bonuses for having them there. And I thought, having these 6 different banners with different types of battlefield control were cool. What was really happening was people were saying, yeah, I can throw down 1 banner before the fight starts, but that's really it. And so it didn't feel special. It didn't feel like you had this kind of guy who had pennants of war flapping on the field as he was fighting monsters. You felt like you had, like, 1 buff you could maybe throw down. So having the additional banner powers grow changes your playstyle as you level up. I think the defensive one, the self one, the Herald Militant, lets you, at its most powerful, prevents you from being knocked back or having anything teleport into the squares near you. Oh. So you kind of create this field where bad guys can't just bamf in, and bad guys can't jump in, and you can't get knocked away by pangolins and stuff. And, that changes things. And it's just little things like that make the Bannermans a little more interesting. And, of course, if you tie the Bannermans in with a Necromancer, the banners actually flap over the undead that you've spawned. And so your Skellimans and so on are getting stronger from your great Starlight banners, which is kind of weird.
Wow. Oh, that is kind of funny. Correct. Oh, Crabman.
Oh no. Press the attack.
That's right. Yeah, I need a 2-handed weapon to use that. Gonna get our armor up. and then hit him from range, and then hit him like that. Same thing. And I assume the fact that he's using a polearm is why I can... It looks like it has the range icon, but I'm assuming that he's just attacking 2 squares away, like with the polearm.
Long melee.
Right. The simplest thing to do is just treat it like a ranged weapon, instead of having like a different polearm button or something. And then also, if you attack an enemy adjacent to you, the polearm will automatically skewer somebody behind it, and any of the 3 tiles behind it. So if you let like these guys close in, so the one's behind the other, you'll hit them both if they're right. If one's right next to you, you'll end up hitting them both.
That's cool. Oh, there it goes. Hoo-yah! Hoo-yah! Perfect. Oh, you can't parry
Yeah,
me.
the polearm penetrates like that. Yep.
Mm-hmm. That was perfectly timed. Oh yeah, that is
So
perfect.
I know that we probably asked this question when we first talked to you, but I can't remember it for the life of me. So the one question that we always ask over and over again is, we're always finding bugs and glitches in these games, and that's the one thing that most devs are constantly battling against when they do make their games. So what was the most hilarious glitch that you ever encountered?
So one of the recurring glitches that would happen is when monsters... So the way the game works is you take a turn, the monsters take a turn, right?
Mhm.
But there's a system of action points in the background. You actually, when you take a turn, you spend 100 AP. And if you have less than 100, your turn's over. So for instance, you could be hasted, and then you could have like 200 AP, and that means you get 2 turns, or whatever. Well, there were some bugs sometimes where monsters would silently gather up AP until something happens, and they would have like 9,600 AP, and so they would take 96 turns in a row. And because of the speed of Dungeonmans, it was hilarious. They were like zipping around the field, shooting at you, and it's like, what the fuck's going on? And you're pounding on the keyboard and like, and it's very funny to see those on stream because everyone's just laughing at like all of a sudden this warlord just breaks bad all over you, and why? We don't know why. He just does this. There are times there's a power for King of Battle, which is a master's program class where you leap in the air and then come down, dragoon style. And of course,
Nice.
you'd leap in the air and never come back down, right? That would just be one that happens, and of course it's going to happen. Like I just knew, like at some point this is going to happen. I'm just going to jump in the air and never come back down.
At this, I'm out.
Yeah. Things that you expect to. Things that you expect to dash in a certain direction end up just like slowly floating off screen to the upper left, heading toward vector 00 because you forgot to set a value. And it's just like, come back, no! And you watch it just float away. Yeah, it's stuff like that.
So, I will say, I was originally a little worried about how much damage I was taking at the beginning when I was fighting, but getting this first banner gives me a small amount of lifesteal, and like that fear is no longer there. I'm just wading through, and exactly like you said, I get to choose where my battlefield is, right? Like, I'm literally waiting for people to come into range of my banner, and then it's like, okay, you're in my domain now.
And now you're getting hurt really bad.
Oh, I'm fine. But it's like, you're in my domain now, and suddenly the fight kind of turns around. It's like, oh, are there only 3 of you? I can wait for more if you prefer.
Yeah. It's designed to. Each class is supposed to feel different, and when players play enough Dungeonmans, they start to get a feeling for what would really go together. Like, oh man, if I did a heavy armor Rangermans, I would be X, or if I did, a Bannerman's Necromancer together, I would be Y, and that is to me the essence of replayability, and I hope people continue to enjoy that.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
You're about to die, aren't you?
Oh, I'm dead. I am so dead.
The Snapple.
That's okay. Who should we try next? Who is the new applicant at the Crazy Go Nuts University Academy?
Crazy Guts University. Blim blam, snizzy snaz.
Snizzy Snaz. What should he be? We can have high strength and Foom.
Holy cow.
Will be the best battle mage of ever.
But your skill and...
I did not Bannermans well enough.
Are horrible. What else you got? You got yourself...
Probably because you said you were not Bannermans, while in fact You were a Bannermans. Thanks, Infinity. Oh, we should also show this off. So I like at the bottom here, you can do, these are all terrible. Bling blam snizzy snaz is no Dungeonmans. And then you can re-roll the stats, but it's literally making a new character is what you have to do. Here's another one with high science.
But actually, the science and the boom are decent.
Yeah.
They're decent.
They're decent.
Yeah.
Also, the top one would be a good, like, Ranger Man's.
Yeah. But what have you not played before? You haven't played a Necromancer.
Yeah. Would 14 Foom and 17 Science help a Necromancer?
You know, yes, because Necromancer does use poisons for their mostly.
Okay.
Mostly being the first creature you summon, because it's a mostly complete undead. So that is not a bad idea.
Mostly dead?
Oh my god, I love this game. Everything about this game is amazing. Yep, that looks like our Necromancer. Bling blam snizzy snaz. Level 1 Necromancer. With his, sorry, it's a guy. With his trident polearm. And long flowing skirt.
He looks like an opera singer.
Well, I hate to say it, but this is probably going to be our last character to play. So when he sings... Okay, what do you mean special training? Oh, cool, I'm going to do the special training.
Oh, gosh.
No, I'm going to check out my skills. I'm not going to be bad. Detonate Dead Pulse. For a tiny but menacing bolt of grimness. And a dead pulse in a world up to 5 tiles away. The pulse will detonate and deal cold damage to every creature in it.
Archmar.
Razor mostly.
Shall blind them with science.
Mad, thirsty, electrolyzed.
I feel like you're trying to...
Because plants love electrolytes.
Yeah, I'm just like... all I can think about is Brondo.
Spend 1 dead pulse to create a mostly functional pile of parts that will follow you and fight your enemies. When it dies, again, it will explode and deal poison damage. Oh, I see. Summoning mostly will detonate any other mostly summoned. Concentrate your hardest, think the grimmest thoughts possible, and focus on the disappointment you feel in yourself when you do a terrible job and create an ambulatory pile of dead trash. Speed Diggin' Pete. Now, who is Speed Diggin' Pete?
He's the gravedigger.
Oh.
Fastest grave digger in the West.
He'd have to be if he was working at the Crazy Go Nuts University Academy.
Yeah.
That's a lot of dead people.
You can really make this just like a big Monty Python joke.
I don't think there's a single Monty Python joke in the game.
That's why you gotta make them.
Well,
Kind of religious about avoiding those.
The most obvious one to me, not to break your religion, would, you know, when you die, just be like, well, I guess now I should try something completely different. Okay, let's go kill things with our science and parts.
Oh, you're in the Scrobold one.
So one thing... Oh, it's too expensive to use right now.
Uh-oh.
Dead piles 2. Hang on.
Is this one of those bold strategy cotton moments?
It might be... No. I think we need dead things to raise dead things from, if I remember...
You need dead pulses, and they drop from enemies when you kill
That's
enemies.
what I thought. I remember that from last time.
Yeah.
No! Yes! Oh, wait. Yes, that's fine. I picked it up. Come back to me, health.
Don't forget your shield.
Oh, right. Yeah, the light shield. I saw that, and just... I was too much of a man's to use the shield, apparently. Okay, now we're gonna create a mouse. Oh, no, he needs 2! I get it. I get it now. Uh-oh. No!
This is already not working. Oh my goodness. Oh my god.
Yeah, you can use the shield again to cause a blowout
Oh,
and knock
yeah.
enemies away from you.
I remember that too.
Interesting.
Give you a chance to run ass over TKL to the stairs if you want.
Yep.
You could just blast high. Oh, I bet you died.
No, not dead yet.
Oh.
Oh.
1 hit point.
Oh.
You know what's wrong? I went to go to the stairs, didn't see that I was on a wall, so it just did all those turns of me walking into a wall.
Oh.
Yeah, that shouldn't happen, but it does. I'm not sure. I'll put it on the bug list.
Oh, it's my bad anyway. So I'm just gonna walk around.
Yeah, but it needs to be a little more forgiving than that. You can press R to rest until you're healed.
Oh, perfect.
With 3 guys standing around you going, come on, man. Come on. What's up, man? You come down here, man.
What's going on, guys? What's going on?
Man.
Have you met my friend? Blah, blah, blah. Oh
I'm
my
an
god.
adult.
He's not a part of this system.
You can't buy me hot dog, man.
Yes, kill him. Do it. Yes! I mean, I'm a good guy.
I'm the good guy.
Nope. Now, I don't want to use my minions when it's just like, you know, one dude, because that will not net me a positive amount of dead pulses. You see, because there's 2 dead pulses to summon a single dude, and so I have to be careful.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. Ah! Uh-oh.
This
Okay,
is
we're good.
intense.
This one is intense. Oh, and there's a maximum number of dead pulses you can hold. Okay. Come on, mouse. Work with me here. Blah, blah.
What is this? Is a pile of
It's a mostly.
what? Oh, it actually doesn't do that much. Oh,
It does with my... It's a poison effect.
I was expecting more from you.
It doesn't do a ton necessarily, but it's also happening for free. If
Yeah,
you were
exactly.
helping fighting instead of poking through clay pots, you know, the fight would have gone a little better, a little faster.
He knew what he was doing.
Fleeting Infinity, you cannot increase the number of dead pulses you can hold currently, no.
That's to avoid being overpowered.
Well, no. 5 is where it's balanced at, but I mean, there's the idea of being able to have more dead pulses is a very sound one. Like, that's just something that makes sense if you think about evolving necromancy and being better at it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the mechanic to do so didn't fit, and so maybe down the road I'll put one in. We'll see.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
There, I'm helping. And, because of the helping, I can make another one. I'm getting it. Ooh. Close. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
You're okay.
I'm
You're
good.
okay.
I'm
You're
good.
Everything's good.
yeah.
Everything is awesome.
Except that I'm on my own team.
You're your own man's.
Jeez, this guy is being healed. That explains a lot.
He heals himself, yeah.
Yeah. Ah, get back here. So annoying. No. Uh-oh. Yeah! That's one way to do it. Oh, darn.
Again,
Hiya.
one of those questions that I can't for the life of me remember, but we always ask everybody is, what's the one thing that you really wanted in the game, but you had to leave out?
It's offensive or on dead.
Well, I guess if there was maybe one thing that I really wanted but had to cut, it was sort of more customization for the Academy. We may see it down the road. I don't know, maybe. Stuff where you can maybe, say, determine where certain rooms go and lay out paths between rooms. It just kind of have fun decorating your Academy with trophies from monsters you've killed and things like that. I would have liked to do that, but just time and budget didn't make it practical, and that would have been nice as part of like the meta game. That would have been something fun to do.
Mm-hmm.
There's a class that I cut called the Psychomancer, and he may show up in an update. The Psychomancer is part monk, part TK fighter. So he has two specialties, and the monk one is about unarmed combat, where you use the geometry of the world to help you fight, like bouncing off of walls and stuff like that.
Oh wow!
And then the second one is his TK power is about taking the white trash loot in your backpacks and using telekinesis to throw it at monsters. So yeah, instead of burning mana or stamina, you're throwing like junk swords at things with your mind bullets, and you're creating armor by taking the trashy plate mail you've got and making it surround you in armor. And that's the TK powers that he would have.
That's telekinesis, Kyle.
I thought you were gonna make that joke.
About the power.
So Fleeting Infinity asks if I'll add multiplayer.
I was about to ask, yeah.
No, this isn't really a multiplayer game. When you think about how turn-based games work, where one person goes and then the other person goes and then the monsters would go, I think that would be a little
just
difficult to put together.
Just see that two guys who's at the same computer for local co-op, and they're just like one button at a time.
Well, I know there's Peachy and I have been playing Divinity Original Sin, which is another Kickstarter game.
Brilliant,
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they have a really neat way of doing the turn-based fighting, but it wouldn't work with this. Because this one is all about your button clicks, like your mouse clicks. If I click to move here, boom, that's one turn. You can't have two people doing that at the same time.
Yeah, so it's like this is the nightmare scenario for a turn-based roguelike. It's like one person wants to run down a hallway, and it's 10 squares long. He just wants to run down the hallway. The other person is fighting the fight of his life against like 2 Trigers and a wizard and all this other stuff, and every move takes him like 30 seconds of thought. The other guy just wants to run down the hallway. He just wants to run down the hallway. So it's not really the co-op action.
And then all of a sudden, boom, you're like dead, and you're like, what happened?
The only way any co-op action could ever happen in this game is if it was one person gets to do one dungeon, then the other person gets to do the other one, or like death for death sort of thing.
Like Super Mario Brothers?
Like Super Mario Brothers, yeah.
Luigi, start!
Exactly. Super Mario 1, that's the one, yeah.
Thanks, the average sportsman. I won't let you down. Come along, mostly. Mostly disgusting. Oh, he died.
You're going too fast.
Hey. Don't be mean. No. Ow.
Archibald says, would it work if I got to be the monsters? Now you're talking about Duck Hunt. That's a completely different thing.
But still same issue. Because who's controlling with the mouse clicks then, right? Say that monster wants to walk down the hallway.
I'm gonna attack the darkness. The world's oldest joke. Online.
Thank you, Dr. Demento. Boop. Guess what? You have a friend now. Guess what? I'm flanking you. Oh, no.
You're close to level 3. I'd like to see the Grave Mooks get in your arsenal.
That's what I was trying to get to.
Here's my tactic. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna run right into the middle of everybody so that they can all attack me at the same time. And then I'm gonna kill them all from there.
I did, didn't I? Isn't that what happened? I wasn't sure what I was watching. So I'm still alive. What's that mean?
Oh.
Get him! Kill him, my pretty.
Enemies! Thou shalt lovest thine holy hand grenade.
Oh dear lord. I want to see what this is real quick. Death charge. Spending any amount of dead pulse charges... charges you with dark energy, amplifying the damage of attacks you make in the next round by 20%. So, that would be interesting if you... Okay, so if you got, like, death charged, so you were a necromancer, and then you went with, like, a southern gentleman, because both of them are kind of science builds, would that, you amplify the damage of your attacks with your southern gentleman attacks?
Now you're thinking with portals.
Crazy.
Yep.
Oh man, I think this game just cracked wide open to me.
We're through the looking glass, people.
You aren't kidding. Wait, what was that? What are you? Oh. This is nothing. Okay, Grave Mook. Whoa, okay. Whoa, what? It's something like a bunch. I should have read that.
Yeah,
Neat.
every dead pulse makes one skeleton.
Oh, okay. Oh, is it every dead pulse like in the area makes one skeleton?
No, in your collection
Oh,
that
okay.
you have.
Okay. Definitely not a Bannerman's! Wow, this has been a bad dungeon for me. You did your part. It wasn't a good part, but it was part.
It's done. Go away.
Bleh. Okay, so I'm level 3. We're gonna go downstairs. Try and beat this. How much time have we got? 20 minutes.
20 minutes left for this to be won.
Hiya. Maybe we'll try that. Oop. Nope. Maybe we'll go.
Achievement unlocked.
Keep clicking out of the game. Though you may crush easily these chittering weaklings. Do not underestimate their champions.
I guess the question's now, are there any trading cards or achievement unlocks?
No, not currently, and I really, really want them. Those are just two of the most fun parts of games, as far as like frilly Steam stuff, and I have to do them.
Yeah, I agree. You do have to do them because I want them. Ooh, there we go. Ooh, so many pots. I do love me some pots. I'm breaking them up. La, la, la. There's a guy following me. Don't think I don't see you, sir.
Shh! Hope it doesn't see me. Just sneak up on it. I just want to see what he's doing.
Oh no, we're doing good. We're doing good. We're doing really good.
Oh, champion.
Oh, well, in that case...
Bring those grave mooks in.
And wow!
That seems to have worked a little bit.
And then we do one of these as well. And then we can actually do one of these as well. Boom! And poison him. Look at that. Oh yeah, that champion is not having a good day now.
How's he doing?
Boom! Oh!
That's how he's doing.
I killed him with a dead pulse detonation.
That's how he's doing, and that's
Nice,
how
good
it's
job.
done.
Thank
Good job.
you. That was cool. Okay, the Necromancer I'm getting. Southern Gentleman and the Necromancer I'm definitely getting. Wow, we have a lot of stuff now.
Now you just need to figure out how to use the Dungeonmans.
How about you do a YouTube series with the Dungeonmans?
How about I don't have any time?
That was the other thing I was going to say. Obviously, you are a huge fan of streamers and like watching. Are you also cool with like monetizing YouTube videos?
Oh, dude. Yeah, make yourself all the dollars you can possibly make off Dungeonmans gameplay.
There you
All
go.
3.
Yeah, everyone that comes in is all yours. Yeah.
Oh my god, those grave mooks just made this a whole lot easier for me. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to try a Southern Necromancer gentleman. That idea sounds really interesting. Ooh. Or I'm going to die.
Or die.
Stupidly.
One or the other. Totally up to you.
There we go. Whoa! First this, thank you. Then this. Oh, I only had one. Oh, that's unfortunate. Go for the healer! Kill the healer. You're about to be poisoned, sir. Nope. Awesome.
Who did the monster sound effects?
Every piece of audio was put together by Andrew Aversa. There are some of the voices he actually contracted out some VO from a couple friends of his, professionals of course, but also friends. And the rest of the stuff either came from his own personal creation or audio libraries he purchased.
Oh, cool. Used caster's skirt.
It's always interesting to think about just like some of these people that make all these weird noises. Just sitting in a soundproof room, going, yeah.
As the new Binding of Isaac, there's a couple noises where from an audio engineering background, I know what they're doing in the studio, and it's guys standing up to the mic going, like it's literally that's all it is. They didn't even try to change the sound afterward.
Oh, those slug things.
Mm-hmm.
Well, why not? I mean, that's what they wanted it to be.
True enough.
You get it done the first take. Yeah, let's bring.
Wow, this shield is powerful. Everyone knows me the strongest. You crawling now. Slink away like a bat, dungeon. Oh, Dungeonmans. Yep.
Dojin.
That's almost clever. Glad you get to die laughing. Oh, I'm a witty badass. I'm okay
The
with
music
that.
just got intense, man. You better be careful.
That's only 'cause I'm here. That's why I get intense.
How they doing? How's he doing?
I need more of those for this.
I hear lots of juicy sound effects.
Yep. And one of these. I'm trying to poison him. There we go. Get those. And then we'll do this.
Whoa.
Yeah!
Whoa.
Look at that. Oh, the poisons are strong with this one. Yay, he exploded and his friend is still sitting there with like low life and he's just like, crap.
So, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna go. I'm kind of tired.
And now all my guys are just chasing him
If you
down.
need me, I'll just be over there.
Don't mind me, guys.
If you need anything to drink, if you're thirsty, I don't know.
I can get some snacks.
Thanks for stopping by, fellas.
Yay! For the dungeon.
I mean, now it's like, this place is mine now, right? Yay! I'm the master of this dungeon.
Now, I remember when we first had you on the show that, what was I going to say? Maybe I'm remembering this from a different game. I thought that at one point there was the idea that when one of the bosses had killed your Dungeonmans, that boss would become stronger for the next Dungeonmans to kill.
He doesn't necessarily get stronger as much as he becomes the boss. So, like, well, if a regular scrub monster kills you, he becomes the boss, which does make him stronger. If that boss then kills you, he doesn't continue to grow in power. But because we don't want to get to the point where it's like you've snowballed in clumsy death, so now the boss is like this titan living right next door to your academy, and you can't beat him. But yeah, if you do get the regular monster does level up if he beats you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's quite the different mechanic. That's for sure.
I like it.
Yeah. But does that mean that the boss, the actual boss, is no longer the boss? Or now there's an extra boss?
Should I use the chill? It's a chill copper longsword or the burninating copper longsword?
You must use the burninating.
Well, so if there's a boss in the dungeon that you've seen, then the boss stays the boss. But if you haven't seen him yet, then the guy that kills you becomes the boss.
Oh, okay. That can be only one.
Dun, dun, dun.
Swell, swell.
Okay, so we have a bunch of stuff that we're not using, so we're going straight to heating. Here's some trash gear I'd like you to melt down. I've done all of my unlocked gear, all my gear that isn't equipped. There we go. 62 units of tin steel.
You gonna make something?
Let's see what we can do.
You gonna make something?
Let's upgrade our starting weapons and armor. Okay, so we need 100 tin steel to upgrade anything. But that's a cool idea, where the longer you play the game, the more of a reward you get. And it gives you a higher chance of, getting further in the game, which means that you want to play the game more, which now the game is ridiculously addictive. So thanks, Jim.
My pleasure.
How dare you!
There we go. Okay. Now we got more people in here. So we have a level 2 alchemy player. Irish. Remember that time that he got so drunk he was the pants-on headmaster? This game's so good. I put these to good use. A curious orb. It's a tight orb. I'm sure I'll figure you out eventually. Boop.
Just grab it. Might as well.
And put it on. Boom. Oops. Yay. Go library. Okay.
It's really cool that you guys enjoy this so much. I was happy to take part in this today.
Yeah, no, thanks for joining us as well. I've been wanting to get back in touch with you for quite some time now, and I happened to see one of your streams that you were on the one day, so I thought I'd pop in and say hi. And yeah, I'm really glad that we hooked up again.
Me too. Yeah. This game goes live tomorrow, and then an update in the week after with some more stuff. And yeah, I'm pretty excited about this. You know, it's been a lot of crunch, and I think starting tomorrow I can slow it down to like regular hours. I can't really take a bunch of time off until things have settled down. But yeah, that's the dream.
Yeah.
That this goes out and people dig it, and I get to keep working.
I think it's important that you take some time once the game is out and just be like, okay, game's out, and even if like you're just going to normal hours, that's still an improvement. And definitely something you should do.
So do you
I need to spend time on top of a cool mountaintop looking at a storm while exciting music plays. I think that would be a great montage cutscene for me to take for myself.
Yeah.
So I don't mean to get your brain going again, but do you have any ideas for any future projects?
Tons.
And any that you want to touch in the near future, or you just be like, no.
Nothing I feel like sharing publicly, but yes, of course. I mean, the machine is always turning for new ideas. It has to, or else I will run out of business.
Yeah, I guess you don't want anybody to steal your brains.
Well, hold on. It's not that necessarily about stealing ideas. Like sometimes, of course, an idea is really good, and you think, oh well, I want to keep it to myself before I make it. But honestly, it's more about I don't want to talk about something that I can't guarantee that I'll deliver.
Yeah.
So that's really the issue.
The long and short of what I'm hearing from both of you is that you're going to be back on the show in the future for showing us either Dungeonman updates, which I would love to do, or maybe another project or something else that you had in mind.
Both of those things would be awesome.
Yes, I like the sound of that.
Yeah, I really like this show, and I really like hanging out with you guys. It's a good time.
Oh, thank you. We have a blast hanging out with you too. It's with a lot of our devs, a lot of times like we just have so much fun just chatting in like when we're on call and that kind of stuff, that it's really those types of reasons of why I like doing this show. So we really kind of connect on that personal level, and it's fun. It's fun being able to go on my Skype and having so many friends that I now chat to about games and that kind of stuff. So
yeah. Definitely a big plus.
Okay, we're gonna get that death charged. And then next right, the bandits.
And then
And the next level we're gonna go Southern Gentlemans. Why don't you go throw bombs at my gross thing instead? How's that sound, guys? Well, that's not working real well. Why are you moving? No! Holy.
this is one of those things you just can't quite do yet.
My mouse isn't cooperating. There we go. Don't attack the barricades! Oh, that might be it then. Oh, did some good damage. Dang it. Dang it. Dang it. Yeah. Sweet.
We're officially getting
Oh,
to that
man.
point where we're like, okay.
Holy cow. How am I alive?
Are you gonna go out with a bang? By bang, I mean die?
No.
Oh.
Oh, that's the champion. That's my problem right there. I'm bleeding. No, we're not doing it this time. No way! Oh, they're asking, what is a bug on purpose? Sorry. They said, is that a bug on purpose? What are you actually talking about?
The mostly is mostly attacking barricades. It's the truth is the AI is pretty lousy for that guy. So if he wants to get to an enemy and there's barricades in the way, yeah.
He'll go, yeah, that makes sense.
I gotta get you.
Well, I mean, it's a bunch of parts of a dead body, too, right? So what
Yeah,
exactly
but
are you
even the
expecting?
smarter monsters are still going to try to like chew through barricades to get to the bad guys. Which in a way it's kind of funny. It's like things are just being torn up all over the screen, which feels pretty cool. But yeah.
Showdown at Marcelina Highway.
And so, Bling Blam Snizzy Snaz descends into the showdown at Marcelina Highway.
These guys know what they're doing, man. I don't know if you're gonna make it. And if
That's
you
what you
don't,
said
that's
last
perfectly
time.
fine because we have 3 minutes.
Oh, wow. That went quickly.
Uh,
Guess what? Here's my best friend, blah.
you just activated my trap card. Oh, wait, wrong game.
Oh. Get out of there!
Dirty dirt.
This shield. Huh! Oh, man. Yep, had to do that. Hiya! Selling the defensive blowout. Oh, yeah, right. No, 7 turns. Oh, good work, skeletons. Not skeletons, they're,
Skelemans.
Oh, they're discount skeletons. I was gonna say the grave mooks. I was gonna say grave mooks. They're discount skeletons. Bum, bum. There we go. Shield's back. Kill you. Good. And then we got the smartest of all my friends, who directly goes for the barricade. But that's okay, he's drawing their fire, which is another type of awesomeness.
That is a distinct advantage.
Yeah.
At least with a lot of them, you destroy the barricades faster. Haha. That is true.
No.
The
There we go.
barricades are
One.
quite the pain.
Oh shit.
Can you do it? Can you make it through the highway?
I stabbed him, and he got so scared that he went after my dude, who is going for the barricades.
Almost there, man. Oh, are you having that? How much further?
What? Okay. Huh. We're gonna have this as our final attempt. Oh man, does he do damage? If I can get to that, then I can do another one. Put another shield up. And try and get out of there. Man, oh man.
You don't look too hot.
He's
Actually, you're looking
burning.
really hot.
Oh!
Good timing.
Whew.
What'd you get?
Ah.
What'd you get?
Another great victory for the Crazy Canucks University Academy.
Very good, very good.
You got
Boosh.
lots of loots.
Way to end it. That's awesome.
Yeah, that was rough.
Winner is you.
Yay! Now we're gonna rest. Rest until healed? Yes. Woo! And now we're gonna go back to the academy and cry because we just, got the snot beat out of us. Because, ow.
It's minor technicality to winning.
Alright. I just wanna give a big shout out to all my fellow Dungeonmans. Oh, grave diggers in my way. There we go. No, you're right where I want to stand. Could you not? He just dances there. Fine. What a meanie.
Would you be so kind
Yes.
as to move?
There's all my Dungeon Man friends.
Lest we forget.
Lest we forget. Oh yes, Big Digging Pete says bones, 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 bones. It's a question mark right at the end. But yeah, that's gonna do it for our show this week, guys. I want to say thank you, Jim, for joining us once again.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Also,
awesome.
Congratulations on finishing such an awesome project.
Well, I have to finish it. It's, 14 hours or something until it launches, so if I can stay alive until then, yes, it'll finish.
And then you may sleep for many days.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. You can maybe get 8 hours of sleep, like a normal night's sleep.
Like a normal person would do. Wow, go figure.
All right, but
Wakes up in the middle of the night. Collision section! Oh,
Oh, God, no.
nightmares of code. But yeah, thank you everybody for coming to watch. It's always a pleasure. I love having games like this. This was a blast because it just made good stories. Yeah.
Cool.
What did you think, John?
Twas delightful and fun and hilarious, and gave you lots of challenge and lots to think about. And the game is a
Lots of
thinker.
challenge.
That's
Yeah.
a good one.
Yeah.
Strategy is what was involved.
Yeah, and guys, make sure Dungeonmans comes out tomorrow. You can get early access right now. It's $15 on Steam, which is a steal for this game. I would have assumed that it was a little bit more. So, check it out. We'll link it again. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'll link it in the description below. And thanks for joining us. Make sure to tune in for next week. We have some interesting shows. You know what? We're going to give a little spoiler.
I don't even know right now. What do we do?
For the next 2 weeks, next week we have Guns of Icarus coming back.
Oh, what? Not next week. It's the 22nd.
Is it the 22nd?
No, you said the 22nd.
Because I have it down for next week. We'll check it out. Oh, no, that's the 15th.
Yeah.
Sorry, the week after that is Guns of Icarus.
You're playing Guns of Icarus for Christmas.
And then the week after that, we've got, if you guys remember, Shadow Era.
Oh my god!
We're going to be doing a physical bunch of matches.
We are
The
going
physical
to have
cards.
many webcams set up.
Yeah, but we're also going to have the developers in the call with us too. So it should be a lot of fun. But until then, again, thank you so much, Jim. I'm going to let you get back to coding because I know you're a busy man.
My pleasure. Thank you.
And from everybody here at IGM and Average Giants, much love, guys. We'll see y'all next time.
Take care now. All right. Bye-bye.